Good morning. Oops, I'm down a little too low. Let me move it up some. I lost track of time. Not something it's easy for me to do lately, but that's okay. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I hope you're having a great weekend. I think we're going to have rain most of the day. It was cloudy, and then the sun came out for a bit, and now it's cloudy again. It's hard to say. I know we are keeping an eye on the hurricane because we don't know where it's going to go. We never know where it's going to go at this point. So let's see. Okay, there we go. I had to get all set up. Let's see what's going on. Hey, Sharon. Hello. Good morning to you too. There's so much going on with the weather. Oh my gosh, we're like waterlogged here, and I think other places are too. There's so much flooding everywhere. It's horrible. I feel for people who are having to deal with that, but you know, it's one of those things. And I just made a decision. I'm going to change something. I'm going to change my paper. We'll see how it goes. I saw an idea that I wanted to give a try to. And it's all about monochromatic. I like monochromatic cards, but a lot of times they don't have any depth to them. And the idea that I saw used your stencils. And I don't know about you, but I have a ton of stencils. So I thought, ooh, this might be something new. And it would be fun to find something to do with your stencils. So I'm going to show you monochromatic using stencils. And I pulled in a bunch of blending brushes. I may not have gotten a lot if I do the second one. Oh yeah, I just saw that this morning, Sharon, that there's a disturbance, something down in the Gulf. So it was like, holy cow. It's like hurricane season starting with a bang this year. I don't think we've ever had to worry about a hurricane this early here. I don't know. I've only been here 6 years, so, but it's interesting. The girls are gonna get acting up in a minute. Jojo's not happy as he's over there looking at her, eyeing her. So, let's see, what else is going on? Not a whole lot. I haven't been doing a whole lot. I've been taking it easy with my knee. I don't want to aggravate it. So I'm working with the physical therapist. It's improved 100 times better. And I still have some pain with it, but I notice I have more pain depending on the weather. You know that old saying they used to say when, I don't know about you, when I was younger, my grandmother used to say, my knee's acting up, must be gonna rain. Well, I thought she was a little wacko. Well, Wacko Robbie is here because it's like, oh man, there's a front coming through it. My knee is killing me. So I do have that. And mine is more an ache than pain. I had the pain early on, but it's now an ache. So it's like, I do have some essential oils that I put on it that helps with the inflammation, the pain, and just general stuff to try and get it back to being close to normal. I don't know if it'll ever be normal again because I've injured it and I do have that meniscus tear, but who knows? I don't think the meniscus tear is bothering me. Where I have my pain is on the outside and my meniscus tear is in the middle, deep inside. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to get ready and turn this around. So if you get dizzy, close your eyes and we'll get started. I'm going to try to do 2 ideas. I don't know if I will get cards made for them. we'll have to wait and see. Okay, flip for me. Come on. Okay, it flipped. There. All right. You can open your eyes now. I wish I could get this thing. Ooh, go away. Go away, go away. Oh, what did I do? I was trying to make it go closer, and it got a little crazy on me. All right, so I moved it down some. That's all I can do at this point to get it closer. All right, so I have my mat here, my sticky mat. I like to turn mine as I'm blending, and this works for me. I really like this. I'm going to use my Peony Fantasy Sweet Jasmine from Altenew. And they do their stencils different. Like, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3, this is A4, then there's B1 here. So they have it divided up. B2, I got my finger caught. B2 is here and B3 is here. So it's interesting to see. I don't know. A2, okay. If I put it down in that corner, I'm trying to determine where I need to put. Yeah, if I put it in that corner, I'm going to move this down because I can't get it. I never know, so I have to. I think I'm going to do mine a little backwards. All right. And then I pulled in some tape to hold it because my mat doesn't have a lot to it to grab hold to, and I don't want my, I don't want it to move on me. So I'm going to start with Sky Blue. These are Pink Fresh Studios, and this one is, I was looking to see if it had a name. Morning Sky. Sometimes they give their collections a name and sometimes they don't. All right, so that's B. These are all A's. So we'll see. All right, so I'm going to start with Sky Blue, which is really light. And I'm going to go with this. And I'm going to go in. And I have to be careful because there's some things sticking up there. I'm going to keep it fairly light. Okay. Get these pieces. I don't think that's one. I think that's something else. My whole card is going to use blues. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out. I am keeping it light. All right, so there's the Sky Blue. Now what I want to do is I want to take Summer Shower, which is a little darker, and I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to come in with a little bit smaller blending brush. All right, and I'm going to come in here. Oh, this has green on it. Oh, darn it. Hang on. I'm not going to use that one. I thought I had cleaned that. Look at that. I got green in there. Darn. I know I have another set of those. Give me a minute. Well, I'm not going to waste time. I have a little one in here. I'll pull out a little one in here. That makes me mad. Well, that one's going to have some blue in it, some green in it. So that'll look a little different. Now I'm going to add some blue at the base of these. So I'm adding some depth by using multiple colors of this, multiple shades of the same color. I'm just going to go up some. All right, so there's number 2. I'm going to now switch and do number 1 at the top. I am so mad about that. All right, now this is not going to have anything to go by. So what I've got to do is, okay, I've got to look. All right, that goes there. And this goes here. I'm kind of matching them up. This one should have been first, and then this has those pieces drawn on so you can match it up. Since I am doing mine backwards. All right, that's the good one. I am mad about that one. That green one. You'll just have to imagine it is blue. And I'm starting off and then going in. That one I think is going to be off a little. It may have moved. We'll see. I don't know if the other one has another flower to it or not. I haven't used this in a while. And this is up here. I am also going to do, Jojo, no. Shh. I'm also going to do my leaves blue. And I started with my lightest color on the flowers. I'm hoping to do a, I don't know which way that is. Let me see. Oh, that's a bud. Okay, I had to look at the other piece. I'm hoping to do the next one in browns, just to give you an idea of what sepia would look like. I don't know how this is going to turn out. We will find out. Oh, I think there is another leaf. Thank heavens. All right, so there's the first 2 done. Let's take this off. All right, so there you can see, I love how you can get depth using 2 colors. Now, this is number 3. And I've got to get it matched up, which will be interesting. There's that. And that's close enough. All right, so let me tape this in place so it doesn't move. All right, and I'm going to go back to my light one. And do the light one. I just thought this was a fun way to use your stencils. And to be honest with you, what struck me was the sepia one. I never thought to do a sepia colored or even a monochromatic one. I've always done multiple colors. All right, now like those are the next ones, so I don't want to do those. That's still closed, but those are the centers. All right, so, oh, I haven't put on my dark one yet. I'm going to go back to the other one because it has number 4, which is the center for the flowers. There's the one. I was going to say, which one is it? I loved this. Well, that's the wrong color. I was wondering why. And there. The problem when you're dealing with different colors. All right, so I've got that. I'm going to take this off. All right, let's see what we have. Ooh, that's what I have so far. I'm so mad about that green one. All right, I'm going to set that aside. We're done with it. No, we're not. We got to go back to it. But I want to get this one because it's the center of the flower. All right, I'm going to, I think I'm going to put that there and that there. And I'm going to pull in, make sure there's nothing on this one. Scrap paper to, no color, yes. I'm going to go with Storm, which is the darkest one for the center of the flowers. So it really stands out. And you have to be careful because of those, they have little pieces. I got to take that off carefully. Luckily, it has been down a couple of times. All right, I am totally done with this one. I'm mad about that blue, green. I was off a little there, but it's close enough. All right, that one I'm done with. Now I have to go back to this, which is B1. All right, now this goes on here like so. It had the marks to line up those pieces. And I think what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to use, this one is, I'm not going to use the light one. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to use Summer Shower for these leaves. But I'll use a light hand. So it's basically the center of the flowers. So I'm just kind of seeing where to add color. All right, now this one is going to go off. My paper, which is okay. And I am using small brushes. So that I can get down in there. And when you get to those little tiny pieces like that, it's best if you just go up and down. Because you can lift it if you don't. All right, and I've got a leaf here. So it'll be interesting to see how this turns out. Okay, I've got everything there. Now this is Seaside, which is darker than Summer Shower. I'm going to use another little one. I'm going to go in and add some color here. I was like, there's a space there. How come? And my stems might all be the same color, dark, but that's okay. All right, I think I got them all for that one. All right, take this off. So as you can see, oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Other than the green, that was B. Let's see, now I have B2, which is, I got to get this lined up. Okay, I have a challenge here with this one. I'm up too high. All right, that goes in there. I think I have it. I probably should take, and I haven't used this one, but I should probably use like a pink on it, because then I would see the outline of those other flowers. There isn't an outline here. Well, there is. And I think I've got it lined up. All right, I need the Summer Shower. And I'm gonna, I need a bigger one. I'm gonna pull in my big one. There we go, that's better. I have a heavy hand too, so if you have a light hand, you're better off. I have to be very conscious to hardly press at all, but I do need it darker than the flower. There. Or it's just gonna look kind of funny. And I may just all right, let's see what that looks like. All right, it is a different shade. All right, now I'm gonna go in with Seaside. All right, and do the tips again. Add some color at the base. I have to figure out where the base is and where I've added color before. I'm really curious to see what this looks like. And here. I think I have everything. No, I didn't do that. Or I didn't go up high enough. There. All right. And this is the last one. All right. So this goes here and down here. This is here. All right, I got it. I just have to be careful because I'll do that. This is close. All right, and for these, I'm going to use, this one was Summer Shower. I'm going to use this one that's a darker Seaside. So these will be darker than the rest. And I'll come in with my really dark one again at the base. And then this is a panel. Now I may cut this down. I'm not gonna do a card. I will do the card and post it later. I have a bunch to post. I've gotten really bad about sharing the cards with you. I also have taken all of the videos and moved them to Facebook. I mean to YouTube, because Facebook deletes them. So it's like a real pain. All right, I'm coming in with my dark one. Okay. We'll see how this looks. And a lot of times this will blend better. It may not look real blended. When I'm done, but as it dries, it kind of evens out. I got a lot on here. This pad is juicy. All right. Ooh, there's one right there I missed. I thought I did anyway. Nope, maybe I didn't. All right. That's everything. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Wow. What do you think? Get rid of these. I'm going to move all of these out of here so I don't pick them up to use for the others. I really like how that turned out. All right, let me go put these back in order. These ink cubes are from Pink Fresh Studio. I needed blues, and I didn't like the ones that I have from Altenew were okay, but I really like this blue. I also picked up some other colors. All right, now I'm gonna very carefully, and I don't know what I did with my mat to cover this. I have to take this off, and the best way to do it is to bend it and let it just kind of come off on its own, so you don't bend your paper. Oh, there. Now, I learned something else, which I didn't realize. Clean up your stencils and your work surface with alcohol. I was always using water, but alcohol takes it off and cleans it up. And it dries fairly quickly. Those I probably left on too long. I'm going to move that. I'm going to keep this here to use for the next one, but I'm also going to clean my stencils with it. All right, so there's the first idea. That is just beautiful. And don't you think it makes a nice monochromatic card? I add a sentiment and some gems. Perfect. All right, so now I have my next one. And this one, let me move this out of the way. This one is a new set for me, and I have it in order. This one is from, what is this one? This is from Pink Fresh Studio, and it's You're the Best. I just got it. It was on sale. And I'm going to try this in browns. We'll see how it works. Let me put my mat back on here, like so. And I'm going to do this one, I think, portrait. Yeah. This one has a lot of pieces to it, so we'll see. I'm looking for, nope. This is the one that I think, if I, well, that's the inside. Let me see. If you put them, this is the other thing I learned. Take your, where's the number on this one? I don't see it. Oh, 2. It's written tiny at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to see how big the area is. If you hold it up to your light. Okay, this is actually going to give me 3 different, how do I say this? 3 different flower clusters. So I'm going to put that there. I know a lot of people have grip mats. To me, they're expensive. And I got this off of Amazon. And it's a, it goes in a silhouette. You can do the same thing with your Cricut. And I got like 3 mats and I cut it. I have different sizes. This is what this is going to look like. So I get 3 different clusters. They do have the dies to cut them out. So I'll just do them, cut them out, and make a card that way. But I've chosen, excuse me, Altenews Woodland Escape. I kind of wanted a brown, but I wanted it with a different color. So I'm using this. It's Pink Sand, Dusty Rose, excuse me, Toasted Mauve, and Redwood. It has kind of a pinky undertone. So there's that. And I need a big one. Let me see if I can find a big one. I don't want to use my little ones. I've used them already. I have a ton of these. Oh, there's another set. I'm going to pull in. I got these on sale, which is the best time to buy it because they're expensive. They had Altenew ran a sale for bundles. So I ordered the bundles, which gave me like 2 packages of this size and 2 packages of this size. And I think there was, it was the thing with all of these. There were 3 in there. It was a container with all of these. It was unbelievable. Good price. All right, so I've got my big one. All right. Let's get started. And this is Pink Sand. I don't know how much sepia it's going to look like. We'll find out. Ooh. A little dark there. I probably could have used a bigger one for this. It'd be interesting to see what this one looks like. All right, let me kind of pick this up and see how dark that is. If I can get my finger under it, which I can't. Some of them are easy to pick up. Oh, because it's stuck down. Yeah, that's good enough. I want to make sure it was dark enough. You can't tell until you take it off what it's going to look like. So ladies, pull out your stencils. Find 3 colors that are from the same shade family. I think I need a little bit more up here. I'm kind of trying to do the edges. I kind of like when the edges get a little darker than the middle. We'll see what this looks like. All right, let me go back over here. All right, so there's stencil number 1. Let me take it off. So there's our flowers in brown. Stencil number 2. This is interesting. Let me see. You know what I'm going to do? When I take this off, I'm going to, let me put a Post-it note. I'm going to take some Post-it notes and mark the corners so I know how to put it down. This one has no, how do I say it? No guidelines to help you, whereas the other one from Pink Fresh did. It does have like an L or a corner mark there, but that doesn't do you any good because how are you going to see it if you've taken it off? Let me take this way. So I'm taking and making my own. All right, now what I can do is the next one I can put down and match up my corners. There we go. All right. So, oh, you know what I didn't do? Well, the reason I didn't do any extra with this, I did it around the edge. This one has pieces that are going to go on top and color it. So that's why. All right, let's do Dusty Rose. I'm going to move this out of the way. Don't know if I'm going to use that again or not. I'm going to use Dusty Rose for the leaves. Make sure there's no ink on this. Nope. I don't know how that other one got put away. This will be interesting because it's not going to be your normal sepia colors, but I think it'll be interesting. This will be interesting to see what it looks like. All right, so there's that. I'm going to keep these together because I don't know if I'm going to use it for something else. Toasted Mauve is next. And I'm going to use a little tiny brush. So I'm going to go in here. See, I haven't even opened this up. That's how... I haven't done much stenciling. If I have, I've been using the makeup brushes. But my makeup brushes are failing me. Paintbrush Studios products. I've never heard of them, Liz. I'm getting this down here. I'll have to... What did you see that you liked from them? This is Pink Fresh Studios. Is that what you meant? Not Paintbrush. Pink Fresh. They have some great things, but I'm telling you, I look for the sales ladies. If I'm on several mailing lists and I get emails when there's a sale and I go in and see, because sometimes they don't always, so Pink Fresh or Paintbrush? I'm still confused, Liz. All right, let's see what this looks like. Ooh, interesting. I think I'm going to like this. All right, here's our next one. All right, let's see. This one was one that was on sale. This one's off a little. And I picked it up. And it was a stamp set, stencils. It was a stamp set, stencils, and dies for that, all of that. And it cuts that out. So I thought, good idea. All right, I think I'm going to go with Toasted Mauve for those also. These flowers. And then there's pieces in the flower. And this is the reason why I didn't worry about adding color to the flowers. Because when I put it up there, I could see that we were going to fill in. And that's the thing. If I've shown you two different ideas. The other one did not have layers to fill it in. This one does. Okay. No problem, Liz. I'm glad we got it straight. I was going, oh my gosh, a new company I don't know about? I did find a new company. Again, it's a small business, and I like to support the small businesses. All right, let me see what that looks like to know if I'm done. That one is called My Creative. I got to look it up to see. My Creative something. Okay, there's that. Whew. Okay, this is going to be interesting. All right, now this goes on. And I'm not seeing any more on the flowers. I may have to go back to that first one and add some color because there's no center to these. I didn't miss anything. I'm going back to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to keep that one out. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more that gives me the center. I was like, there's no center on these. All right, I may go back and do, all right, now this I'm going to do with my toasted mauve, and I'm going to come back with the other thing that I will do too is I will get I'll watch the clearance rack. I don't care if it's retired. I'm not getting anything off of it. I am an affiliate with Not Too Shabby, so I try to use stuff that I can get there, but it's one of those things. It's like, eh. We'll see how this one turns out. All right, now I'm not going to take that off because I'm going to come back with the redwood and another small one. I may have to order some of these small. These are from Altenew also, Liz. This, again, watch it for sale. Every once in a while, they will have a fabulous sale with these. This came, and there may have been two of each of those. And then there was this one that is smaller than this. It was the ones I used first. It's this in that tube. It's this one. Let me get the other two. It was these three. And see, these are angled, which I like because it helps you get into those corners. All right, that one goes back there. But again, I think I got two of these, and one of the tubes for like $68, which is fabulous because these things are more expensive in kits like this. I have gotten some of those in, I'm going to focus here a little bit. In classes I've taken, they'll give you a blending brush. I'm not too worried about those. I found that over time, the makeup brushes, I couldn't get it small enough. The ones you could buy at Dollar Tree weren't tiny enough to get in small spaces. So I went for another one. I've tried a couple of different brands, and to be honest with you, these are pretty good. I know that Pink Fresh has some. A lot of them don't have, yeah. And see, you can get individuals of these. Just watch for a sale. Sign up for their newsletter. They'll bombard you with things, and I just delete a lot of them. But if it says blending brushes, I always look. I find that these are tiny enough you can get in there for these little tiny pieces, whereas the others you couldn't. Okay. All right, I think I've got all of them. Let me look and see. Yeah. All right, I've got all of those. This is my last one. We'll see how this one works. because it's got some other ones. And I'm going to use the dark again, because if I do it as a circle and come in from one side and then blend up, I get several shades. So I come in heavy and then lighten it. Which is easy for me with my heavy hand. All right, that's all of them. I'm going to go back to the first one. See, I think this needs more. So I'm going to go back to that first one. And I can match this up pretty good. And I'm going to use, I'm not going to use the darkest one. I'm going to use this Dusty Rose one. And I'm going to go around the edges. So let me move this out of the way. Let's see if I... Some of these, you have to play and find. I'm going to come down some. So it's almost like it's glowing from the middle. I'm particular about my stencils, my blending brushes, those kinds of things. I look for things that I am having a hard time finding something other than flowers. It's like, good grief. Is there anything else besides flowers? I did find Unity, which has some cute things. Let's see what this looks like. That top one is missing something. See how this one has more in it? That looks weird to me. It's not that. I'm looking to see. Oh, I missed one. So let me go back in here. There's one over here. And I didn't use that. I used the second one, which is Pink Sand. And then I added, where's my Pink Sand one? It's Dusty Rose. No, Pink Sand was the lightest one. Dusty Rose is the one I need. See, it needs something in here to me. All right. I'm gonna try something here. I gotta be careful. That looks a little better. Now it needs something down here. I'm just looking for things that'll work. And I'm not adding extra shading. That one looks better. All right. I'm going to stop there, ladies. Let me get rid of these. And then I'll take that off. I want to get rid of these so I don't put my pieces down in it. All right. So I'll just take these off and leave these on the side. So I think you're better stencils have marks so that you know how to do it. So just keep that in mind when you look at one. Oh, I can't get this off. There it is. Now, and I've got to, I wished I knew what I did. And see, I'm just bending it and lifting it off so that it doesn't. Come on. There we go. All right. I didn't move this around like I normally do. Normally I twist it and turn it, but I didn't. All right, let me pull down the two that I did. Not bad. I think once I cut it out and find some do some clustering with it and all, I think it will look good. So my favorite is that blue. Now that one is Altenews. This one is Pink Fresh Studio. And that's what it's supposed to look like. I don't know if they did markers with it. I would think not. So, but this one is You're the Best, and this one is, what did I say that was? I called it Peony, but it's not. Oh, Sweet Jasmine. Sweet Jasmine is that one. So, some ideas for you to try. I mean, just pull out your stuff and play. I wished I had more time to play. I'm working on it. I did cut back on a couple of things when I hurt my knee because I wanted more time to be able to get things done that I needed to get done. All right. So what do you think, ladies? Is this something you will try? I really like that one and that one. That one I'm not too fond of. I might hide most of that underneath of the other two. But the die, I don't know how the stamp set is. Oh, the stamp set is all one piece. This die is all one piece. That's the thing with some of these, they're all one piece. I will cut my stamp sets apart and use them separately because I'm not going to stamp everything and then throw it away. So I cut my stamp sets apart, but I try to cut it in a way that I could put it back together if I wanted to stamp all three. But the die is all one piece, and the way it's joined, I don't think you could separate it. All right, I'm going to get ready and flip this around. The little one's giving me a fit. She's not happy about something. We'll see what they say. All right, now. Okay, let me go get her because she's fussing. Will you stay still? Come here. She may need to go out. So here she is. 8 months, about 4 pounds. She's not going to get much bigger than this. See, look at this. She is tiny, tiny, tiny. But I love her to bits. She's a pistol. She keeps up with Ezzy, and that's what I wanted. I wanted one that was active, and this one was. So I'm happy. I'm not happy she's not potty trained yet. I still have my rugs blocked off. I am finding if I tie her to me, I have a long lead around my waist and I tie her to it. It gives her freedom, but she's learning to come back to me when she has to go out. So it's helping. So hopefully it will be soon. And she's been spayed, so she's in good shape. She's all ready to have fun. The two of them have really had a hard time since I can't walk them. So my sitter had them for a week when I just physically couldn't move, and that helped. She's going to take them. I go to physical therapy on Monday and Wednesday, and her place where she lives is right near the physical therapist office. So I'm going to take them over, and they'll have about an hour and a half to play and run. She has a fenced in yard, and she has other animals, other dogs and cats. So they'll get a chance to get some energy out, which helped. And then I had a trainer who came. Was here for 2 weeks, but she's on vacation for 2 weeks. She would take them for a walk also at the end, because I just can't walk yet. I'm hoping it will be soon, at least in the neighborhood around my cul-de-sac, so I can get them some energy out. All right, ladies, I've gone on for long enough. I hope you enjoyed today's idea. I really like this one. I wished I hadn't messed up the green, and we'll see. It's not too noticeable, but it is noticeable. And so, oh well, one of those things. I will be here next Saturday. Not certain what I'm doing. I always look for things. If I come up with something, I immediately go in and set up my schedule to let you guys know. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. If it's raining, stay dry. If it's hot, stay cool. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.